Welcome to another episode of Sex Talk 101. On today's Sex Files, we'll be talking to Shontelle Sparkles. Let's take a look. Hi Shontelle, thank you so much for joining me for Sex Talk 101. I'm excited for you to be here today.
Thanks for finally having me. I'm so glad that we actually get to do something finally.
Tell everybody where they can find you on social media before we start.
Twitter, Instagram, everything is Shontelle Sparkles, so it's Shontelle Sparkles.
Well, we have known each other for many years, and I know some stories.
How long have we known each other now? It's been 10 years?
At least 10 years, yeah. I want to know a good sex story. I know you have many, so just tell me one.
You try to tell me I have many. You the one that has many.
Whatever. What story are you going to tell us today?
I actually want to tell you my first and only porn experience.
Porn experience. Okay, yes, good. Okay, juicy.
Yeah, I remember asking you, so I was like, should I go do this? I was in a rough spot where I was like, girl, I need the money. And you were like, well, just f***ing do it, girl.
You know, that's one thing, before we start this, people don't need to be shaming the sex work industry. Y'all all know, y'all watching porn, and somebody's got to do it. It's just like, you like to eat fast food, there is fast food workers. You like going to the grocery store, there are grocery store workers. You like to beat your meat, and there are sex workers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not dogging anybody that does it, but girl, the experience was not cute, honey. That was like baby Shontelle getting ready to go to Vegas. Vegas, out of all the places. So I showed up and I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is big. Everything in Vegas is big, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But unfortunately right now, we're telling the story. So anyway.
So it didn't really stay in Vegas.
So this whole time of me traveling to Vegas, I had starved myself because I was like, well, they asked me if I was gonna film bottoming or if I was gonna top. And I was like, well, at the time, honey, Miss Sparkles was a bottom. You know.
A big old bottom.
I starved myself the whole time, girl. I was starving the house down. And so they put us in the same hotel as the other guy that I was filming with. And they were like, they didn't tell me this. And so the next morning, this guy walks down into the hotel lobby and I'm just looking over and I'm like,
was this the other model or was this the producer?
This was the other model.
Oh, was he cute?
He was straight.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of those douchey guys, you know what I mean? That's very
I'm straight.
The fantasy, yes, okay.
Yeah. We get the call and they're like, oh, your driver's outside. So we had to walk out together through the doors. And at that point we were like, oh, you the one that's going up inside of me. We get there and we started the scenes and, all this was new for me. And so the first day was fine. It was awkward, obviously, because I was like, I've never been in front of the cameras, with my butthole hanging out, my penis hanging out and everything. So I was like, this is just awkward. The whole thing was awkward. When the shoot's over with that night, I was starving. Starving, girl. Because I didn't eat all day or the day before because I was like, well,
an arm's gonna be inside you and you need, nothing coming out.
Right, and so I get back to the hotel and I order a big old box of pizza.
Did you eat the whole thing?
I ate the whole thing. And I forgot that I had to film the next day.
How do you forget something like that?
I was trying to think of a way to get out of it because I was like, I hate this. This isn't for me. Because they tell you when you first start doing porn, it's it's either for you or it's not. You know what I mean? You find out real fast. And so that day I found out, I was like, this ain't for me. I'm gonna try to get out of it. But meanwhile, I'm gonna eat a big old box of pizza.
Oh.
I ate the big old box of pizza, honey, and keep in mind, this whole trip, they did not tell me anything. They were just like, you're going to Vegas. And so I get a call from the agency and they're like, oh, by the way, the next guy that you'll be having sex with is gonna be staying in the same hotel as you. I guess because they wanted to save money, I guess.
In the same room?
Yes, girl. It was weird. So he shows up and he walks in and he sees the big old box of pizza and he just laughs. I know he was laughing because he was probably like, oh, this is gonna be shit.
Yeah,
We went to bed, whatever, we talked, it was just awkward. The next morning, girl, you know how my stomach is.
I know. Girl, you smell coffee and you gotta run.
I breathe air and I gotta you know what I mean? And keep in mind, I have IBS, so my stomach, if I eat cheese or anything like that or anything with milk in it, my stomach is it's over. And so I ate the whole box of pizza and I had to bottom that day. And so like, I did the trick that you taught me. When you can't find a douche bottle, you use a f***ing Coke bottle. So I put the water bottle at me and I douched. I thought I douched good. And so like we started having sex and girl, it was just over.
Surprise! And when I say surprise, I really do mean surprise. And that brings me to the topic of the day, douching. If you want to learn how to douche and you don't know how to douche, if you're a douche that wants to learn how to douche, we're going to teach you today with Professor Tucker. Professor Tucker, teach us how to douche. Douching. Douching is the act of cleaning oneself out in preparation for sexual intercourse. Here are some preferred tools used for douching. A fleet enema, an anal douche bulb, and here are some alternative tools used to douche, but consult with a professional first. A water bottle, a baby mucus sucker, and a shower shot. I hope that helped. Back to you. I thought I knew how to douche. Well, now I know all these other kind of ways. How interesting. Let's continue.
The pizza made her entrance, honey, and the entrance was the entrance of all entrances.
Oh no!
It started getting really
Did you get through the shoot?
It got so bad to the point where like they had to stop like every 5 minutes and they were like, this isn't working. Can you go douche? And so they had me douche and then they were like, okay, we're gonna switch positions because like it ain't like real sex. You know what I mean? It's like, let's have some intercourse this way. Okay, stop, pose. Okay, oh, stop, go. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you keep your heart on? You know what I mean? Or anything. So it was just awkward as anyway on top of that. And so I could not stay hard. And he was just like, it was like taking a stick and just jabbing me over and over again. I was over it. I was at the point where I was just like, I can't do this. And so I went to go douche, came back. They had me sit on him like this. You know how like when you're on a couch and you're like
you're hovering.
I was hovering, girl. It got to the point where it started hurting so bad that I got up like this. Girl, when I did, it went literally.
Oh my god! So to wrap it up, did they release this porn?
Oh, they did.
And you don't see any of this?
Well, obviously not. I was over it. They were like, well, if you stop, then like, we're gonna have to dock your pay. I was like, F it. The is everywhere. I can't do this. My is raw. I feel like I've been with a broom. Like, I cannot do this, girl. It was so bad.
Well, girl, you would have been lip syncing for your life during that challenge. Well, this has been a funny story. Thank you so much, Shontelle, for coming on the show. And I hope that we get to hang out soon as this is all over with.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. You know I love you to death and I'll do anything for you, so.
I love you too. Bye. Holy shit. That is a lot of shit. I hope you learned something today on Sex Talk 101. I sure did. Until next time, goodbye.
My is raw.